I was talking to Red Dead on Game Chat a couple days ago, and some kid was like, "I like the original one. I like that one. I like that one." I go, "Dude, I love the first Red Dead too. Why do you think I bought the other one early? I like killing the lady zombies and then I was fighting on the rooftops."
That is such a disappointment that they didn't bring zombies.
But the graphics on that game now, the people on your TV would literally be like the size of an ant. And I remember that game. The graphics on the game weren't that good. It was just cool.
Exactly. And I'm gonna do my second broadcast if you want to look it up through that.
Oh yeah, definitely do that stuff. Yeah. Because I remember that I'd be riding through the town and there'd be some zombie lady walking around her empty farm and shit, and then I'd shoot her in the head and try to, you know, she'd always come after you and stuff.
Yeah, and you get like quests from the dead bodies from the zombies and shit like that.
Yeah. From town to town. And I think that was yeah, and Bigfoot. I chased Bigfoot in that one. There's like a Bigfoot in the. I remember in the first Red Dead, there's a mission where you gotta find Bigfoot, and you're running through the woods, and you could see him running through the woods too. I just remember it was really cool.
Last
that one.
Night, when we were talking to
and that might have been the one on San Andreas though too. So I might get San Andreas and that mixed up because they had the Bigfoot on the mountain mission too.
Saul will get everything set up.
Where you had to drive them.
San Andreas did have a Bigfoot one. I do remember that. But Red Dead has some shit too.
Well, it's the Aldecaldo's turn. Some recon is in order.
I think I'll bust over Red Dead right now because I'm done.
Compensation. Please take care of her. She served me well.
And I'll get up and shut my window, or not. Do you know when I've invented me one soup?
Oh.
And today she had 3 slices of garlic bologna, and I was starving, and I was tired of sipping my soups, my blended soups. So yeah, I have them some for you. It's going good. Val Movement says, but the weird thing, Happy, I can tell you this is
thank you.
I have, you know, when they called Friday if I had any Val Movement, I'm like, no.
Glad I could help.
And the hospital stay was horrific. The night shift, I had to go out and find the fucking guy, the night nurse guy, to fucking give me my fucking oxycodone, my 10 liquid form, 10 milligrams liquid form, right? And the first night I'm on after the surgery, the first till 9 a.m. after the night of the surgery, I'm on that little Dilaudid morphine, but you know, because it's right after surgery, so it's like 0.2 milligrams, but it feels great. And every 2 minutes you hit that button, you can watch it go in your fucking veins, right? Through you see the machine going. I'm like, oh, fucking cool, man. And then 9 a.m. they unhooked me that, and I got 2 little cups of liquid oxycodone, 5 milligrams every 4 hours for the next 2 days. That's it. And one of the surgeon lady, there's a dude, Dr. Wynn and Elizabeth or Patricia. I never got her second name. She came in the second morning and asked about. Came in the afternoon on Tuesday, and she's like, "Well, how you feeling?" I go, "I feel like shit." I go. You know, of course, I did all the niceties first. I'm like, "Look, hey, I'm 350 pounds and 6'5". I'm like, 10 milligrams of oxycodone ain't gonna cut it, okay? You know." And she's like, "Oh yeah. Oh, only 10 milligrams? That's all we're giving you?" "Oh, no, Rod, that's not enough. Oh my God." And then, of course, they never went up, though. She went away. I never saw her again, but it never went up. So, and then he came in, like, on Tuesday and was talking to me, and I said, "Well, your surgeon lady, Patricia, said to come in Friday and have this tube taken out." And he goes, No, Monday. No. He grabs his phone and he starts to call her and goes out in the hall. I never saw him again either. What the fuck, man? And having to go out and ask that fucking nice guy. He was laughing. He was a friendly late night nurse South African dude. But I had to go out there and he was on his fucking desk on the computer 40 minutes after at 5 a.m. to ask for that it was 40 minutes after he was supposed to bring it to me. So I actually had to go out in the hall and find the motherfucker. And he's like, "Oh, I have it on my desk right here, Rod. Oh, sorry." He didn't say my name, but, you know. I'm like standing there with fucking IV going out my arm, holding the fucking bag coming out of my stomach with a tube. And this motherfucker doesn't want to come. It's making me wait 40 minutes for fucking 10 milligrams of that shit. just so I can relax.
You're causing yourself more pain getting up to ask him for the drugs that he's supposed to administer to you than what it would be.
Eight channels, and it's Fox News and CNN. And I was talking to my buddy Troy about that yesterday on the phone, and we were both talking about, because he had a recent hospital visit too, and the TV viewing. I mean, I'm like, we really got into that because hospitals have the worst fucking. They have like the old cable from 1910, and me and Troy, I was saying to Troy, I was like, why the fuck don't one of these dish companies go into these hospital corporations and say, look, you know, what the fuck? I had like 8 channels. I had ESPN, Fox News, and CNN, and MSNBC. That's it. So I'm like, you're in there, you have surgery, you're supposed to take your mind off shit, and you have to watch that. You know, I actually did a mental thing the second night, and I'm like, I watched Fox News for a little while, and I watched CNN. I was going back and forth comparing them, and it was really funny. I was like, I'm watching Fox News, and I'm like, and they had Eric Trump on Fox News, right? Yeah. Eric Trump. And he's like, my father's a god. Oh, God bless America. The party is Trump's down. and then so I switch over to CNN, and they're still doing shit about the fucking insertion. And now on the insertion, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, you know, I hate Fox News, but you know what? A lot of people are right. CNN's just as bad as they are.
Yep.
Because they're not getting off the shit either. I haven't heard anything about Biden doing his job at all yet.
Bingo, and they're doing that on purpose, because later on they could be like, didn't you hear that big blank of Biden doing nothing?
I have Kamala Harris on my Instagram, and she posts stuff every day, and I commented on one of her posts today, and I said, don't you even worry about social media. You two just do your work, and just don't even worry about it, and just fix everything, just like he's doing. Just fix it all. There's nothing he did that's still around now. And they passed that fucking thing in the thing without the Republicans, where she cast the tie-breaking vote. That was so fucking cool. And then that Green majority chick, that psycho lady, was on the news. I watched the YouTube this morning. She had a conference where she's like, the Republican Party isn't Republicans anymore. It's the Trump Party.
YouTube.
And have you seen all that shit yet?
I don't remember.
Oh, you got to look at her press conference yesterday. She actually said it. Because they took her off the committees, but she's still a congresswoman from Georgia.
Okay,
so
back to town.
She's still a representative.
Headed up to here with this gusty outback.
So that's it. So she does these press conferences saying, and how her party is the Trump Party now. And she started calling it the Trump Party, and when CNN reporters started pressuring her, she said she was fake news, and she acted just like Trump.
I don't know.
Wait till you look at YouTube and see that video. It's unbelievable. She starts talking just like Trump, but she's not Trump. So it just sounds like a crazy fucking senator. Well, that stupid blonde Karen lady that doesn't know anything saying it. And it's not
I didn't hear about that QAnon shaman.
It makes her look... Yeah, that chick. And she looks so stupid. It was on there this morning. It was at the press conference yesterday. She looks so stupid, Abby. She's ranting and raving about Trump, saying he's the Republican Party, and she follows him and not the Republican Party, and oh my God.
All the people are just like, oh, God's God, Trump's God. I'm just like, you do realize you're going against your fucking Christian. Right? It's just like, and that's what gets me. It's just like, you do realize you're going against your Christian beliefs and shit like that.
I realize everyone's acting like it was nothing. Now, I realize that.
Right, and that's not fucking good. Because
that's
they're
not
literally
good.
Fucking
it's gonna work. Some guy's gonna do it. Or he's gonna do it. It doesn't matter if he can run, he's just gonna do it.
Exactly. Look how many people who use the excuse of, oh, my president told me to do this.
He's gonna go in there with a fucking army, kill everybody, and say it's mine now. And no one's gonna do shit. You go ahead in your mind, like 5-10 years this guy lives. And you don't see that happening.
Gotta have a force stand up against
yeah.
That's as simple as that.
And bike racks aren't gonna work again. And I know the chain of command was fucked up and they didn't have anyone there like they did the year before, but still. It still was way too easy. Way too easy.
Exactly.
Down to the Secret Service shooting their guns through the barred gates. What is this, Lord of the Rings movie or something? what the fucking year is this? And then, you know, I watched that new Netflix movie with the guy that played Falcon last night. That it's some new movie where he's a robot and they got to save the world from the nukes in Russia, blah, blah, blah. And I started thinking, well, if they can jump over bike gates and take over Congress, who the fuck is watching our nukes anyway? All these old rotten nukes just sitting there. And these guys are the ones watching them? This government?
Motherfuckers that couldn't even stop.